I'm standing on the rock, the solid rock. That is Jesus. He will take me there. He will take me there. Cause I'm standing on the rock, the solid rock. That is Jesus. He will take me there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, my, yeah. Oh, yeah. Think about David on his way to the top. He met Goliath, but one stone brought him down. Think about Esther on her way to the top. She made up her mind and said, yeah, if I die, let me die. I say I have a dream and I must get there. Oh yeah, it's not by might, nor by power. It's by the Spirit. Nothing can stop me. Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Oh yeah, I said I have a dream. Nothing can stop me. No. And I must get there. Nothing can stop me. What about Joseph on his way to the top? It started from the pit, and as a slave in Potiphar's house. And then one day, he landed in the prison. Oh yeah, but his dream never died. He became a prime minister. I have a dream, and I must get there. Oh yeah. It's not by might nor by power. It's by the Spirit. Nothing can stop me. Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Oh mama, yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Whoa. Yes, I have a dream. Nothing can stop me. And I must get there. Nothing can stop me. Why yo? Standing on the rock, the solid rock. That is Jesus. He will take me there. He will take me there. Oh, I'm standing on the rock, the solid rock. That is Jesus. He will take me there. Whoa. Cause I'm standing on the rock, the solid rock. That is Jesus. He will take me there. He will take me there.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon or good evening, whatever time it may be for you. This is Amos Adeyinka. Thank you so much, everyone. You are welcome again today. I'm glad to see every one of us. To all our return subscriber, thank you. I want to encourage you to help us share and click on notification button. Help us pray, click on like so that the video can be recommended by YouTube and can go viral for people. And also for a friend that we're going to be watching via TikTok later, whichever platform you'll be watching later, please help us also like. And then if you are coming across this channel for the first time, we are glad to have you. Also help us subscribe, like, click notification button, and then you will get notified whenever we come live. All right, we're going to start in a moment from now.
Nothing can stop me. I have a dream. Nothing can stop me. Yeah. And I must get there. Nothing can stop me. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Yes, I'm going.
All right, you are welcome. Once again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone. I'm happy, we are looking at we are continuing with our series, Overcoming Inconsistency, the key to unlocking your full potential and achieving your goals. Overcoming inconsistency, the key to unlocking your full potential and achieving your goals. These have been our focus. And today we are going to be putting the two together. Yesterday, because of some other engagement, so we're going to be putting part 3 and part 4 together for today. So we're going to be putting part 3 and part 4 together for today. So sit back and then get your pen, make some notes, drop your comment on the chat box. On the chat, drop your comment through via the chat, and then we're going to pick it up from there. So every one of us, we're going to be focusing on identifying the purpose of this life. Our topic is, we're looking at overcoming inconsistency, just for enlightening. That's the purpose. Overcoming inconsistency, the key to unlocking your full potentials and achieving your goals. So this channel is a channel where we bring series of things, subjects that pertain to life to us. So we started on Monday, just for emphasis sake, we started on Monday with the part 1 of overcoming inconsistency, the key to unlocking full potentials and achieving your goals. Everyone that has a goal, if you are not consistent, the summary of it is that there's no way the goal will come to see the light of the day. So that's it. So on the part 1, we look at the understanding inconsistencies. That was the part 1. And then on the part 2, we look at the impact of inconsistency on success. That was what we studied on part 2. Now today, part 3 and part 4. Part 3, we're going to be looking at identifying personal barriers. And the part 4 is going to cover the strategies for building consistencies. So these are the things we are going to be looking at. Tomorrow is going to be the concluding part, and it's going to be achieving goals through consistency. So that is what we are going to be looking at for the tomorrow. So having mentioned all this, so let's go straight for what we have for today. Let's go straight for what we have for today on the part 3, like I've mentioned. Yes, identify personal barriers is what we are looking at for this part 3. So we are going to focus on identifying the personal barriers that hinders our consistencies. And this will help us. We need to, by recognizing these obstacles, we can develop strategies to overcome them and then stay on track towards achieving our goals. So because when the problem is first identified, the solution is is provided. So that's it. So recognizing personal barriers now in our context, we need to have the understanding what disrupts our consistency. We need to understand it. What disrupts our consistency is an essential first step to discover first. What are the things that have been standing in between my consistency and not being consistent. Because today we'll focus on that, both internal and external factors. Internal and external factors to consistency. To inconsistencies. What are the factors? Number one, we want to look at self-reflections. Self-reflections. That is, we need to identify that barriers as an individual. So we need to identify it. That is, reflect on different areas of your life where you struggle to keep consistent effort. Reflect on it. Is there any answer? Is it about your study? Is it about whatever, your business, your career? Identify the particular area where you struggle to keep focus, to keep consistent effort. Because it is it in maybe in studies, maybe in your health routine or career tasks? I just identify the area where you struggle to keep up. Because you might find excitement in starting a project, but discover a pattern of losing interest over time. I want to say it's a personal responsibility. It's a personal responsibility where you discover it yourself. You know where you are lacking. Now, look at it. The access is on internal barriers. Lack of motivation. Because without clear personal motivation, sustaining effort can be challenging. And that's why I was telling some people, I say, even when you come to your relationship with God, if there's no personal conviction, it will be struggle. You hear something online today, it will discourage you. You hear something maybe by your pastor tomorrow, it will discourage you because there's no personal conviction. You don't understand it yourself. So because without a clear motivation, sustaining effort can be challenging. So that shows it is a personal responsibility. Stay to discover the areas. So what are the strategies here now? Is determine your why. Now, because if you lack personal motivation now, you need to first determine your why. Why? W-H-Y. For each goal. Why are you in it? If your why question can be fully answered, then you will stay motivated. Because you need to link your activities to deeply held values or long-term dreams. So that is under the internal barriers, lack of motivation. Under that, number 2 is fear of failure. The fear of failure. Many today, they have hold on to that of failure. They failed before. They were scammed before. I don't want to fail again. I don't want to be scammed again. The fear of failure, because fear can prevent full commitment. He said, let me just be doing this small. Let me sit down on the fence and be observing things little. Fear can prevent full commitment. The anxiety of not succeeding can lead to inactions. The anxiety, what about if we fail? What about if it's not succeeding? What about if they rejected it? Who told you? What strategies? Reframe failure as a valuable lesson. You can hear the story of the Thomas Edison. Reframe it. When they ask him, he said, no, I've not failed. I only learned on the process how this thing can be better. So you need to reframe failure as a valuable lesson and thereby affirm the benefit of each setback in strengthening resilience. Setback, see it as a strengthening your resilience, that I'm coming out better and stronger. What else? The external, evaluate the external barriers now. The external barriers. One of them is distractions. Distractions. Because everyday life presents countless distractions. Every day you see them. You see distractions everywhere. I want to shine the light to see. All right. Let's have this changing and the changing. All right. This is cool. This is cool. So we need to understand that everyday life presents countless distractions. So it's you that will determine what you want from it. From notifications to entertainment. So we need to just prepare for it. Let's have a definition of purpose. What strategy can you put up for this? Is set a dedicated space for work free from common distractions. Yes. You can use this app to block time wasting website during work sessions. Now, under the external barrier to evaluate is we look at lack of structure. Lack of structure. Lack of structure. And it often said, without a structured routine, sustaining consistency can be difficult. A life without a structure, any organization without a structure is set for rupture. For this, it will not last. It will not. Anything in that kind of a setting cannot last, because whatever comes in, go, we just say, okay, this is what is going on, you put it, because there's no structure. Any individual that is fighting structure. So what strategy? Develop detailed daily schedules to set up structure. If it's becoming daily, it's becoming a structure that you follow. And then prioritize tasks to systematically address each goal. Prioritize your task to systematically addresses each goals. Prioritize it. Develop a detailed daily schedules, and then prioritize tasks to systematically address each goals. And hear this quote. The first step towards change is awareness. The first step towards change is awareness. Awareness. The second step is acceptance. It's Natalie Brandon that said that. The first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. The second step is acceptance. Now, let's look at these strategies for identifying patterns and triggers. What are the strategies to identify patterns and triggers? Because once you identify your barriers, the next step is to understand the pattern and triggers. 1. Keep a journal. Keep a journal. Tracking your habits. When you keep a journal, the journal will help you to be able to begin to track your habits. You need to begin to record daily behaviors and activities to detect where consistency falters. Track them, record daily behaviors and activities to detect where consistency falters. Now, for example, note when procrastination occurs. Note it. Take note of it. To be inconsistent means you work too much with procrastination, giving excuses. It is tied to specific tasks. Is it tied to a specific task, time of the day? So when you're able to set up this, when you're able to filter it, when you're able to check all these things, it will help us. And then what about reflection now? Need to analyze weekly notes to identify consistent pattern. Weekly note. Determine which environment or times lead to the most success or inconsistency. All right. Now let's look at set clear goals. Define specific objectives, specific clear goals, provide motivation and a roadmap for success. It provides motivation and a roadmap for success. When you are specific, when you have a clear goals drive, will motivate you to keep going, and a roadmap for success becomes certain. Because instead of a vague goal like read more, aim for, finish one book every 2 weeks, yes, don't make it a very bogus stuff. Do it a step-by-step approach. Because a journey of 1,000 miles will start with a step, and a little drop of water will make an ocean. But what draws that is consistency. If a journey of 1,000 miles will make a journey of 1,000, a step will make a journey of 1,000 miles. So if that, it must be consistent. If a water will make an ocean, it must start with a drop and be consistent on it. Now you want to bring a building down with a slight hammer. So you need to make sure you're consistent with it. You eat it once, you eat it twice, you eat it the third time, before you know it will come down. So break it down. Take a breakdown on your goals. Divide larger goals into smaller and manageable tasks to avoid being overwhelmed. Break it down. Don't make a big thing. Remember, it is not a crime to start something small, but it can become a crime when you are not growing up. So now identify the triggers now. Emotional and environmental triggers. We must be awareness of emotional triggers like stress and environmental triggers like noisy environment. When stress comes in, maybe make you to stop what you are doing. Environmental noisy environment also help in creating mitigation strategies. If stress triggers inconsistencies in healthy eating, practice mindfulness or seek support. Now, listen, you cannot change what you are not aware of. And once you are aware, you cannot help but change. I love that. You cannot change what you are not aware of. And once you are aware, you cannot help but change it. So activities for every one of us on this part 3 is 1, self-assessment. Write down 1 personal barriers to consistency and personal and the potential triggers. Write them down. So thank you everyone on that part. Let's come back very quickly to the part 4. The part 4 is all about the strategy for building consistency. The strategy for building consistency. And also, it's good for me to mention very quickly, focusing on the practical strategy for building consistencies in our lives. Because consistency is the key to achieving our goals. Any goal you set up that you are not consistent with, it's already showing a failed goal. So we're developing consistent habits. So let's dive into it now. The practical method for building consistent habits. Consistency doesn't happen by accident. No, it is by conscious practice. It requires deliberate effort and strategy. Deliberate effort and strategies. Now, you want to know developing a consistent habit? One of it on my list is start small. My mentor and my father in the Lord do say you don't need to grow big to manage well. You manage well to grow big. You manage well to grow big. And we also know that the Bible talks about, it said, do not despise the day of your little beginning. Though your beginning might be small, but it said your latter end will be great. So start small. Begin with a manageable goals. You know the end result you are going for, but that does not mean you should not pack everything at once. Focus on creating small, achievable steps rather than overwhelming yourself with major changes. No. So if you aim to read more, start with 10 pages a day instead of an entire book. Now, increment progress. Now, we say number one is start small. And then you know that you are on the go. You are on the work in progress. No matter what you start with, you are not meant to stop there. Increment progress. Gradually increase effort and commitment as habits solidify. Gradually increase efforts and commitment as habits become solidified. For example now, once comfortable with your reading habit, try 20 pages a day and slowly build up. Gradually, bit by bit, you are increasing capacity. Also, create a routine is another point. Establish a daily schedule. That is, it helps you to design a routine that includes specific times for your habit. Specific time. For example, schedule exercise first thing in the morning to start your day with energy and focus. Now, what about the aspect of timing? We also need to be consistent. Consistency in timing. Performing activities at the same time daily helps signal your brain to transition smoothly into the habit. 1 minute.
And I must get there. Oh yeah. It's not by might nor by power. It's by the Spirit. Nothing can stop me. Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Oh mama, yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. Yo. Yes, I have a dream. Nothing can stop me.
All right.
And I must get there. Nothing can stop me.
So when you begin to perform an activities at the same time daily, this helps signal to the brain to transition smoothly into habit, because what you practice daily consistently will become your habit. Will form your habit. Your brain will process it. Meditate every evening to develop peaceful bedtime. Use visual aids like reminder and triggers. Use visual causes in your environment to remind you of actions. Leave your running shoes by the doors as a reminder to exercise. I love that. It's a symbol. It's a signal. Oh, you cited, habit trigger also, it can be another help. Habit trigger. Use habit tracking apps or simple checklists to monitor your progress and stay motivated. Listen to this quote. We are what we repeatedly do. That makes sense. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. You do it, become excellent. It has formed your habit. What about the role of accountability and self-discipline? Let's look at that briefly. To maintain consistency, accountability and self-discipline is crucial. So let's explore how they help or sustain effort. Let's explore it. Let's talk now. All right. Accountability, the aspect of accountability. Find an accountability partner. Somebody that can, share your goals with someone who supports you and holds you accountable. That can call your attention to something. Partner with a friend to check in weekly in your progress. Community support. Let's say join groups or communities with similar goals for encouragement and share accountability. Example, a book club to inspire consistent reading habits. Self-discipline now. Commitment to goals. Emphasize the importance of sticking to your commitment even when motivation wanes. It is bound to happen that you go to a point that look as if all your effort is not yielding. Set a clear, non-negotiable times for tasks you often procrastinate on. Or else, now practice mindfulness. Mindfulness. Stay aware of triggers that lead to inconsistency and address them proactively. Also, look at this. If stress leads to skipping workout, plan stress relief activities before or after your workout. Let's look at the strategy to enhance self-discipline now. Develop a willpower. Develop a willpower. Place yourself in a situation that challenge your self-control to build resilience. Put yourself there. This I must. Like we see the Paul the Apostle said, for me, necessity is laid upon me. Necessity. So Place yourself in a situation that shall challenge your self-control to build resilience. Practice delaying gratification by finishing tasks before indulging it in leisure activities. Yes. Visualize success. When you can see what you can behold, will keep you moving. Regularly visualize the positive outcome of consistent effort. Visualize it. Picture the satisfaction of achieving your fitness goal regularly. So look at this quote. It said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Yes. Now, as we begin to round up now, what activities for developing your consistency plan? Consistency plan. Activity 1, identify key habits. Choose 1 or 2 habits to focus on improving consistency. Identify key habits and choose 1 or 2. Number 2, write down your strategies. Note the techniques you will use to establish and reinforce these habits. Know the strategies. Now, plan for accountability. Those are the 3 points. Decide on accountability partner or groups to support your journey. Remember, activities developing your consistency. Number 1, we say identify key habits. Number 2, write down strategies. Number 3, plan for accountability. Decide on accountability partner or groups to support your journey. In conclusion, people, everyone, building consistency is a journey. It's a journey. And by applying practical techniques, this enhancing accountability and self-discipline, and this, so we can create habits that lead to success. So let us commit to be consistent, stay disciplined, and support each other in our effort. So I want to say thank you for participating today. I look forward to seeing how these strategies enhances our journey towards consistent and goal achievement. It is possible. You can do it. Don't let excuses, don't let procrastination rob you off of that goal, of that dream. It can happen. It will happen. It shall happen. As you refuse to accept defeat. Thank you so much again for today. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow where we bring the last concluding part to us. And then, till then, enjoy this musical before we close.
Yes, I'm going to the top. Nothing can stop me. I have a dream. Nothing can stop me.
All right, bye everyone. Thank you.